Hey guys, my name is Sierra June, and you're listening to the Stars Connect podcast. In this episode, I will be interviewing the Searching for a Star contest winners. So basically, this contest happens every year, and the winners get to perform at the Foodie Foundation's biggest event of the year, which I call it. It's different every time. So last year, the winners performed at Fenway Park, Jen and Camden, and they all killed it. They freaking killed it. And this year, our winner Jake is performing at the Stars Music Festival. I loved judging for this contest last year. It kind of brought life to me seeing the reactions of the winners, and they were crying. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry too. And they have been killing it so far, and they're currently thriving in life. It feels like we're bringing out new voices and making their dreams come true every year. So, this year, Jake won the Searching for a Star contest, and I actually got him to audition. So I saw him sing karaoke when we all went out to karaoke, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's so good!" So I was like, "Hey, do you want to audition for Searching for a Star?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." So, and then he won, which is crazy. So yeah, here he is.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today. How are you?
Doing good.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So, yeah. So, how did it feel when I asked you to perform to audition for a contest? Because I've never really, I don't think I've asked anyone to audition for a contest.
Oh yeah, you were inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt good about it. I mean, it means a lot to have people that kind of like how you express yourself enough to suggest that you should try to compete with it or do more with it. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so I haven't really tried for a lot of competitions in the past. I mean, some people have said years ago, like American Idol or The Voice or some of these different
Mm.
things, but, I've
Oh yeah.
always been hesitant to it because I usually don't really like competition just for the sake of like, if somebody says that I'm not good enough, I don't want to take that. I don't want to, take that belief. And also, I sometimes don't like it when some people, like, in American Idol, where they were, making fun of people that weren't
Mm.
good. It's like, you sounded like a cat, being run over by a lawnmower, like
Yeah.
some of the. So, so it was kind of good. And I think I said recently when I was on the finals that, I'm 34. I turned 34 recently, but I kind of feel like just gradually I want to, as you grow, you want to try new things and things that are kind of scary or make, change,
Mm.
positive change. So,
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
So. Oh yeah, that was a good song that you auditioned with too. It's an original. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
is.
awesome. How long have you
Yeah.
been How long have you been writing music for?
So I would say maybe over 10 years. As I said, I'm 34 now, and my first song that I wrote was probably around 19. And
Hmm.
that happened because I, um, I was very into animation, for a long time. Like when I
Mm.
was in elementary school, I saw Pokemon, and then I wanted to be a Japanese animator. And so I just
Mm.
got a lot of books on that. But then when I went to school for it, I got, and when I was young, I liked to sing a little bit too. My brother
Mm.
remembers back in the day would be in the backyard playing, and I would be singing and imitating things, and he would want me to be like, do this song, do that song, because he
Mm.
just thought it was entertaining.
Mm.
And when I went to school for animation, I kind of got burnt out. There was different things that kind of made me like just overwhelmed me or burnt me out. I think it was an autistic burnout because I went
Mm.
from drawing every day, bringing my sketchbook, and then when I went to school for it, and there were other things happening with people not liking the anime style, and also 2D animation not really being a job in America anymore. It was all 3D animation at that time, like Toy Story and stuff. I guess I kind of lost my ability to draw, so I shifted to music in my early 20s. And my mom saw a singer-songwriter. My mom went to some event and she saw a singer-songwriter who had a show, and I guess she was teaching songwriting lessons. Her name's Dee Dee O'Malley. And so my mom, this lady did courses, like week-long workshops and stuff. And so my mom signed me up for it, and I went and learned. And then I did a few with her, and then I joined her as like an assistant to help her with some of it. And she helped me get started with like writing some of my first few songs, and then I got familiar with the process. But then I still need to really fall in love with the process of writing like words and stuff, because it still kind of feels like an essay. You know, there's stress related to it about like, oh, is this a good idea for a song, or how do you make the words rhyme and stuff? And so I usually write a few songs kind of years in between. And so I probably have about like 10 songs or more that I've written that I think have come out pretty good. Each of them are a bit different from each other, but I really want to fall in love with the process of writing, just so that I can, you know, do it every day and have fun and be playful with it. So what about yourself? How much have you written?
Well, I started writing it like 4 years ago. So I've been writing songs for 4 years, and honestly, it just like came to me. Like I never really took like songwriting classes, and I just went on a piano, just played some chords, and was like na 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 na, you know. Or like sometimes, I was so mad that I couldn't write a song, so I wrote a song about it.
That's a good idea.
And it ended up being the first original song I sung with a live band.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it just kind of started off from there. Now the idea usually comes to me like late at night when I'm in bed. I'm just like, I gotta record this or else I'll forget it. Or like when I'm like doing chores or something like that.
Yeah. For me, I've kind of been a loner, like kind of growing up in school and stuff. And I had a single mom, so we would move like every year when I was young. We would be going to a new elementary school and new middle school and stuff. And I even left high school early and got my GED, so I could just go to college for animation. But so you know, school's not for everybody. School's for fools. Look at me. But anyways, I definitely want to be more playful with the process. And actually, now I remember what I said. I said I was a bit of a loner. So I always felt like I needed to take the responsibility to learn how to do everything myself, you know, because I didn't really find a lot of friends that would want to collaborate with me or help me out. So I would want to learn how to do the singing, learn how to play the instruments, and wanting to record myself. And pretty much every bit of the process, I kind of took responsibility for feeling like, you know, I had to learn it. But then I did meet a few here and there of people that I started to get along with and, you know, are really good friends I could always call on, right? You know, and they're always there. Like in my early 20s, there was a time where I was invited. You know, I was just playing some songs I sang on the street sometime. And there was a group of older guys, more like middle-aged, a trio called Listen, that had, they played some events, and me and my mom would go and watch them, and they invited me to join them to sing in on a song. Like they would do Beatles covers, and I would do All My Lovin', Close Your Eyes and I'll Kiss You Tomorrow, you know, that song. And they invited me to sing with them on that. And then over time, one of the band members, Eric, of that band, he really liked my style, and then we became a duo. So he played acoustic guitar and harmonized, and then me and him did some gigs together, and we played weddings and birthday parties, and then we brought in a drummer and stuff like that. So it's
Nice.
been an interesting, trajectory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great always to make more friends and people that understand you, and I think that this will definitely be a good community that I'm getting into. I didn't really identify
Yes.
with my autistic diagnosis until a few years ago, but I was
Mm.
diagnosed when I was around 4 years old. But
Yeah.
my mom
Oh.
works. Yeah, my mom works in community service with adults with disabilities. So when I was young and diagnosed, it was something that we didn't really believe was accurate, because she could see all the ways that I was either talented or smart and stuff like
Mm.
that. And so we kind of forgot about it, even though I did have challenges in school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we always brought it up as maybe like attention deficit disorder or something like that. But
Mm.
years later, it kind of one of those moments where I guess it dawns on you and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm autistic.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
about you? How long have you known?
Well, so I was 5 years old. I was diagnosed at 5.
Oh, okay.
And then I was taking all like the special classes and all that stuff. And like in middle school, I was like the only girl in my like special ed class. I was half mainstreamed, half special ed. And I was like getting bullied from like the whole special ed class except for this one
Uh,
creepy dude.
uh,
Uh so I was like, yeah, but like, and then once I got into the Foodie Foundation, I became more like I embraced my autism more than before I joined the Foodie Foundation. Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
it's a great community. Um ooh, what are you most looking forward to at Stars Fest, and are you nervous about performing?
So that's interesting. I feel more nervous performing for one person in a small room versus a large crowd, because I feel like there's something to be proud about doing something that is terrifying to other people. So when
Mm.
I usually do karaoke or I perform, in public, I usually feel okay about it. But every once in a while, where let's say if I did go to an event where I know there's a lot of other good musicians, then
Mm.
I might start kind of shaking a little bit because I feel like they might see where I screw up.
Mm.
So I feel pretty good about it. And I know leading up to it, I might be like, but I think it'll be good. I'm not like terrified. I think I feel better about it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
how do you feel do you usually feel nervous before every performance, or?
I usually get nervous when I'm not confident in the words that I memorized.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm not really nervous about this one, even though I'm a little nervous because what if my voice like gets tired like
Oh,
halfway in because I'm
yeah.
doing so many songs. I'm like booked and
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Is sometimes the voice, I don't know, maybe I could ask you, learn from you and some other people some tips on how to have your voice be consistent. Because some days my
Yeah.
voice feels heavy, some days my voice feels light, and effortless. And I need to find a way that I can really, kind of be more consistent
Yeah.
with my
I'm
singing voice.
I'm still trying to learn that too. Drink
Mhm.
water.
Yeah,
Water.
plenty of water. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it'll be super cool, and I love the fact that you guys have not only have brought me on this, but it seems like you and the other guys are ready to let me join the
Mm.
community a bit more and
Yes.
actually collaborate with you guys. So that's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, and it's cool that you do animation and music too. Like I
Hmm.
think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you guys heard earlier, yeah, I'm really into animation and music, and my goal is to make some animated music videos in the future, kind of like the Gorillas or Disney, but kind of in my own style, animated musicals. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we have last year's winners coming onto this podcast, Jen and Camden. Jen is a singer-songwriter, musician, author, filmmaker. Yeah, she's also booked and busy, like I am, like I try to be. And King Camden the Great is an amazing DJ. He has a new single out right now, and I've worked with him on a few songs. Opinion, our song on the album, and he has a bunch of other songs on the album as well, such as Scene, Carbon Cafo. Yeah.
nice.
So here they are.
Hello,
Hi.
hello,
Hi.
hello, hello. How are you doing?
Doing
Good.
good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So, how did it feel winning the contest? This is for everybody.
It felt great. It felt great because the contest was like a big deal because I was getting to play at Fenway Park, which was like a really huge dream of mine since for like 10 years actually, since I saw Paul McCartney play there, which wanted me to really just be a musician just like him.
It's one of my favorites, my favorite musicians, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, he's amazing live.
Mm.
So yeah, it was really a big deal, and to finally get that dream to be achieved, it really is just amazing. And I
Bucket
still
list
can't believe
material.
it. I still can't believe it.
You should have worn your Paul McCartney shirt.
Yeah,
If you
you're
have
right.
one.
I should, but I wanted to wear a Beatles shirt instead because I wore a Beatles shirt to the concert. So it only made
Oh.
sense. It only made sense
Is it the
for me
same
to
one?
wear a Beatles shirt instead.
Is it the same one?
No, the same one doesn't fit anymore. I was only like 12 and smaller back then.
Man.
So,
Darn. Darn.
yeah, darn. If there was like a larger size shirt of that shirt, I would have worn it, but there wasn't. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me think. Any of you have what was your first concert?
The one I just told y'all, the Paul
Yeah.
McCartney
Paul
concert.
McCartney.
I
What
don't
about you
really
guys?
I don't really remember, but I think it was the Wiggles.
Oh, okay.
Mine was probably something at church.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, for me was Keith Urban. So
Oh, cool.
that was cool. Yeah, House
Nice.
of Blues. But anyways, you're asking about winning.
Yeah.
Did you have an answer for that too?
Jen?
Oh, I thought I didn't win at first, so like that I wasn't gonna win. So I was really sad. I started crying off camera, and because it meant a lot to me because I went through a lot back home in Boston when I was growing up. Like a lot of things happened to me because of my autism. So when I left to live in Florida, everything kind of got better. So it meant a lot to me to go back and perform at Fenway Park and show all those doctors and all those people that treated me badly that they can't keep me down. And when they told me that I was gonna come to, I was just crying. Ever since that, I've been flourishing. So
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's funny that you are from Boston but you live in Florida.
yeah, I kind
Maybe-
of like a two-state person.
Yeah. Maybe you're meant to live in Florida because I'm there. No, I'm
Right.
kidding. Yeah. What about you, Jake? How did it feel winning the contest?
Yeah, it felt really good. And I was kind of in a place too, as I said, about not really, doing a lot of competitions where I try to feel okay with whatever happened. I felt a slight bit of nervousness because I know that, as I said, I don't want to take anybody's opinion, whether they say you're not good enough or whatever, just to be. But it felt really good, to do it. And I was just open to whatever the universe or God will give me, whether it's meant to be or isn't. And so, yeah, this is really great. And, like the momentum of life where just one thing happens and then that's your new normal and then new things kind of come. And so it's kind of cool. Out of all the things that have happened to me, some of you might know that I was on the show Love on the Spectrum. So that's something I filmed for, last year, and it finally came out in January of this year. And that was something that was a lot of tension leading up to it. And then, I got some more exposure there, and now there's this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I'm trying not to freak out about it. Sometimes I want to hide away, so it is kind of hard if you kind of want to be more out there, like as an artist and musician, to share everything. But, you also sometimes need time to recuperate or whatever. So it's trying to find that balance. It'd be interesting to hear what your opinions are. I'm sure all of you have a bit of social anxiety sometimes, and times where you need to heal.
I'm like you, Jake. When you said that you're more nervous in front of like one person than a crowd, like I can go to a big music conference or something, and as long as I have earplugs, I'm okay. But then let me have to perform in front of one or two people, or talk to one or two people at a time, and I'm just anxious, and I have to recharge, like you said.
Yeah.
What about writing?
Oh, writing? Like, what
Like,
you mean?
Like writing with new people. Like, would you get nervous about that?
Yes, I was nervous to write with you, Sierra.
What?
I didn't know how it was gonna go, but it went it went swimmingly. So here we are.
Yes, and we're performing it at Stars Fest. So
Yeah.
with the live band, I'm excited about that. Live, it's live.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about with writing too, that I don't know if sometimes you just need to find the right person with the right chemistry, or maybe because it is hard sometimes if you're sitting with somebody and you're kind of judging your own ideas. Like you say, hey, why don't we write this? And then you need to just be open to just say whatever it is and be playful and not stop the flow of creative ideas that pop in. So yeah, I think I could benefit from, just writing more. Maybe we can get some type of weekly songwriting group together.
Weekly.
So, that could
I
be
like
good,
that.
right?
Yeah.
I could get that.
Yeah. I think it's like sometimes it's weird like writing with other people, because like you like pitch your ideas to them and they're like, well, how about we do this idea? And then you gotta be like you gotta think about like your ideas, and if you think that they're better than the other person's ideas, but I always think that the other person's ideas is better than my ideas. It was like,
yeah.
I sort of feel like the same thing, especially with like producing music, because I always have like this anxiety or something like that I think someone else's music is better than mine, even though a lot of people think mine is great. I'm just so critical with myself, and despite being a great artist, or so a lot of people say, because sometimes I don't think I'm good enough as well.
Yeah.
But ever since I won that contest, I started getting like my confidence back.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I feel that though. Maybe that's why I like the album a lot, because especially my songs in it, because I wrote it with other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought, I kind of like writing with other autistic musicians because we tend to be more honest. Like when me and Sierra are writing, I'll say a line, she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, you win. We both do that, like, to each other.
No.
And yeah, we're like, no.
No.
So I feel
Yeah.
like when I've written with neurotypical people, they tend to want to, like, be like, well, yeah, that's great. And I
Yeah.
don't know if they really thinking, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, the song that I performed for the finals of that, "A Searching for a Star," is called the Hermit Song, and that was one that I started writing a while back, and I think it was kind of going for more of a folky, kind of way I was strumming it. But then when I met my friend Trey, who's a rapper, at open mic and everything like that, he's kind of in the music scene out here in Long Beach. I pretty much just had a verse and a chorus. So I asked him if he would write a verse. And it's interesting how the whole vibe of a song can change when some other musical influence comes in on it. Because as I said, it kind of started off maybe a little bit more like folky, but then when he came in, that's what brought in more of that maybe soul R&B-ish hip hop
Yeah,
element
it sort
to
of
it.
reminded me of something like something that Jen would write.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
it was right up my alley. I loved it, Jake.
Nice. Thank you.
yeah, it's great opening up to other genres too. Like my boyfriend, for example, like we wrote an R&B song. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what was life like before you auditioned for Searching for a Star compared to after? Jen and Camden.
Okay. We'll start off with like when the pandemic started. So when the pandemic hit, I felt very lost in life. Like, I was writing music, but writing music in a very rushed way. Like I wasn't like, I was still like inexperienced with like songwriting and producing my own stuff. I would just like write a lot of remixes and just not not make good enough music in my opinion. Like some of the songs off of an album I released a couple months after the pandemic started called The Kingdom of Peace is pretty good. Like Pressing On, Lost It All, and Kingdom. And those songs were all right, but I just wish that I could have done more, But as the years went by, I started writing another album, and this, and I just really wanted to like find my style, like search for my style, and rediscover myself, So, and it was really just a struggle, really. But when 2023 started, I kind of started getting the hang of producing professionally, especially when using GarageBand. But I still thought I wasn't good enough until a friend of mine named Any10, who I met a couple months prior to the contest, showed me the Searching for a Star contest, and I was a little skeptical at first because I thought I wasn't gonna win it. Then I did some research on the foundation, saw that they were a good group, so I thought, you know what? I've had my inexperiences and losses with a bunch of remix competitions, so what's one more contest? And before I knew it, I won, and here I am.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me when the Flutie Foundation reached out to me like in 2020 during COVID, and it seems like it was a scam at first. I was like, who's Doug Flutie? Who's that? I didn't know who he was. So I looked him up. I was like, oh, yeah, he's famous. And then I checked out the Flutie Foundation on Facebook and they were verified on Facebook. I was like, okay, they seem legit. And that was before you could pay for a verified. That was before you can buy a verified sticker on your account back then. I was like, okay, all right. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'll join your live show, and then look where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just really it just goes to show that you really just have to take a chance
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and see if it's worth it, because if it's not worth it, it'd be like as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but if you take a chance, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. But for both
Mm.
of us, it was really good.
Yeah.
It changed my life. It was the best
Yeah,
thing
it
to
did.
ever happen to me.
Mhm.
And before the Flutie Foundation came, like I did like some local gigs, right? I mean, yeah, yeah, they're pretty cool, but like I was more like of a smaller artist, and like I didn't have any songs out like at all. And then I sang the national anthem for the Rays game at the Tropicana Field, and that's when like things started opening up. So yeah. What about you, Jen?
Um, before Flutie, I was starting to make music like Camden since 2020. It was like the pandemic hit. I cried for a week, and then I was like, "Okay, Jen, you gotta do something with your life."
What?
So, yeah,
Wait,
like you know,
you've been writing for 4 years? I thought you've been writing longer than I have.
no, I just started writing. Yeah,
Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, keep going.
but my old songs are like pretty bad. I just
Mm.
write a lot of them and get practice, but so that's what I was doing, and then I wanted to get into the world of getting my music into film ads and television, so I was striving for that, and it's a hard road because I couldn't get my production quality up enough. I was always learning, but I kept getting the feedback, "We love your song, but your production needs a lot
Mm.
of work." It's like so
Yeah, that's the same
frustrating.
with me. That's the
Yeah.
same with me. Like compared to like 2019 and now, the mixing for the songs that I did back at like 2018 or 2019 or 2020, the mixing was like super bad.
It's
They're
so
good.
bad.
They're good, but the songs that I produced back then were good,
Yeah.
but I just wish I mixed them better. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely.
kind of the same way. I got into building my own recording studio and buying a lot of equipment and learning about, mixing and arranging and stuff like that. And that, of course, has been a challenging thing too. But luckily now, I feel like, you know how sometimes you're introduced to something new, and then over time you begin to feel more comfortable and have an understanding of it, like what is compression and EQ and how do you even hear that,
Mm.
and then you
Yeah.
watch these videos where they have like multiple EQs and multiple this, and then they send it to a drum bus and then all this stuff, and it seems so complicated.
Yeah,
You know,
even
phase
now
issues.
even now with the knowledge that I have with like mixing and mastering, I'm still like struggling with it. Like even now, I'm struggling with a song off of this upcoming album I'm working on since the pandemic. I'm still like struggling to mix and master.
You know
It's
what would
just
be
taking
cool?
forever.
It would be cool if like Fleet Foundation could like have Cooper give us like group mix lessons or something. That would be cool because
Ooh.
That would be
he's been
cool.
teaching Jake Velasquez, and Jake's been teaching me what he learns from Cooper. So it is getting passed. The information's getting passed around.
Ooh.
That is
That would
cool.
be cool if Cooper could teach us because he knows a ton.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That
it
would be
does.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
like
Fleet
that.
Foundation if you heard that suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout
pop
out
out.
Cooper. Shout out Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jen, do you have anything more?
I was just saying about how I think how things change, and then
Yeah.
I won the contest, and let's just say my life has been so just one thing after the other of it of progress, and my self-esteem has gone up, and my confidence on stage, and I'm learning by watching you guys perform. Like you can move, you can do this. I'm becoming a better performer, and that's all because I won the contest and with the Flea Foundation.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You know, I'm kind of curious, how often do you guys do like events or things related to the Flutie Foundation? Is everybody
Honestly,
I'm wondering, is everybody able to meet up in person, or do some people live on other parts of the country and
Yeah, honestly, like I live in Massachusetts, and
Mhm.
Sierra and Jen live in Florida. Like every one of us lives in like a different part of the country, so it's really difficult to like actually meet up
Mhm.
when it's not in a contest. Like
Yeah.
before I met with the Flea Leaf Foundation, I would only do like a show like once a year, which is like talent shows and school talent shows,
Mhm.
you know? So now
Yeah.
I'm doing shows like 3 to 4 times a year.
Yeah, about that. For
That's
us too.
awesome.
Mm.
And what kind of events are they? Are some of them like bigger or smaller, or what
Some
kind
of
of
them are like
venues do you guys?
some of them are like Stars of the Spectrum events. Like the last show I
Mhm.
did with them is at the Grand, Stars at the Grand with Big Night. And that was
Yes.
fun. That was fun. And I also play at like marathons as well. Like I played at the Falmouth Road Race, and I played at the New York City Marathon, and just recently I played at the Boston Marathon too. So I
Ooh.
really
Nice.
just DJ for those events.
That's
Mm.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool traveling to do shows. Like
Yeah.
I never did that before the Foodie Foundation, and I'm a traveler. Like I'm such a geek about traveling. Now I travel by myself, which is great. I love
I'm
it.
working on that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
convince my
Ooh,
brother to let me fly by myself. I'm really
yes.
close.
Yeah, I flew by myself for the first time when I was 25,
Ooh.
and
I need to
just little by little, like kind of far apart, but I'm got more comfortable too.
get
Nice.
my confidence in doing stuff on my own, like traveling,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
right now I'm scared to do that on my own.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
My
I'm
brother
ready
is
to.
gonna join me on the trip to Massachusetts.
Cool, we'll meet him
Oh, cool.
too.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's a chef, and
What?
What?
he's my younger brother, but he kind of looks more mature than me. He's neurotypical,
Mm.
and so he has tattoos and stuff, and he's cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. I can't
Nice.
wait to
but
meet him.
yeah, sometimes we haven't always like gotten along when we were growing up and stuff. But it's kind of cool. He's always been like super supportive and even brags about my talents related to art and music. So it's kind of cool. I've been wanting to have like, let's have a trip, me and you, let's go to Nashville, let's go to Japan, let's
Ooh.
something. And now he offered, he told my mom that he would join me, for
Yay.
this trip. So
Listen,
he's,
this event is like rock star status, Jake.
Yes.
ooh,
OMG,
Yes.
last year we stayed at the Verb and you feel like a rock star the way they do
ah,
it.
Yeah,
man,
it was
that's
the
It's
coolest
cool.
hotel ever, in my opinion.
Yeah,
yes.
best
Ah,
hotel ever. 10 out of 10.
I still have my room
Nice.
key.
Me too.
Ooh.
I got one too.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I wore my lanyard with my room key. That's how I had to get in. So
Hmm.
yes. Oh my god. And they had like
And
a vinyl record player in each
in your
room.
room.
Wow.
Yeah, they let you borrow record players as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
That
Core
was cool.
memory. Core
Well,
memories when
Liz said
me.
we're getting a bus this year. I don't know if it'll be like a tour
What?
bus or a school
Wait,
bus, but we're
what?
getting a bus.
I hope it's a tour bus.
Me too.
Ooh,
what
I
if
wasn't
what if
told
it's
of
a
this,
school
so that's
bus?
cool.
But yeah, core memory is when me and my boyfriend like danced to the Michael Jackson Thriller on vinyl in our hotel
Oh.
room at the Verb.
Mm.
Yeah, it was awesome. I still have
That's really
videos.
cool.
Yeah. All right. So, song of the episode. Camden, guess what?
What?
Your new single is the song of the episode.
Oh,
Woohoo!
yes, my
Nice.
song
Yeah,
Valor. It was
Valor.
released. I really. Fun story about that one. Once I once I decided I started the contest that I would participate in the contest, I told myself, you know what? This if I'm gonna do this, I need to make a song as an opener, you know? So I started working on this song called Valor, which was heavily inspired by the music that one of my favorite artists named Dark Cloud would make. So I wanted to make a song and that's in sort of that style, and that's how like Valor started. And the day after so I finished like half of it just for the show, and then I just left it like that for a long time until like last month I decided to finish it and just release it the day before my birthday.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
I
Happy,
like to
happy late
say
birthday.
that's the song that got me qualified for the finals. I don't know. I
Ooh.
think it's my I don't know. I like to say that it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my favorite song
Aw,
played
thank you.
in your sets. So I'm
Aw,
so
thank
happy
you.
that you released this one.
Do we get to hear
Thank
it
you.
now again? Do we get to
Yeah,
hear it?
of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
This is the loudest you can do.
Nice. And the drop. Do you ever trick the audience sometimes when they think the drop is going to come and then you go, nope?
Not yet. I really
Oh,
should
okay.
though.
Really good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, no
that
problem.
is cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you,
Thank you.
so yeah, I haven't really heard your music, or I'm sure I have heard it from the Stars on the Spectrum. I have listened to all of that on there, but
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure exactly what part you did. So that's really cool. I would like to even learn a bit from you guys, some of your ideas of, you know, how do you create music and arrange things together. I'm definitely trying to be
Oh
more
yeah.
playful.
Send me a message. I can share with you my knowledge.
Yeah, there's been a long period of time where I've just been learning things, because sometimes you feel like you need to learn or you need to get the
Mhm.
equipment before you could even start. So I've just stockpiled a lot of information, and now I'm really getting to a part where I'm being more playful and trying to apply
Yeah.
it.
If I could give you like some advice, always experiment. Experimentation is what leads you to new sounds, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to talk to you about songwriting, Jake, because we actually have a similar style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my songs on the album are a bit different than my usual style, which is more like um indie folk pop kind of stuff, and I start rapping in my songs like while playing acoustic guitar. I feel like we would have a lot in common in songwriting,
Yeah,
so maybe we could talk sometime too.
that would be cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Mm. Yeah.
So, what instruments do you guys play, or what are
Okay.
your strengths? Your strengths
Aside
in creating
aside
music.
from like producing music on my iPad, this one to be exact.
Oh, okay.
I sing, pretty good singer, and I also play drums. But I'm
Oh,
not like a
nice.
really big professional. Like I can't play as good as like the drummer from like Van Halen or Led Zeppelin or anything
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
I'm more of like a basic drummer, probably as good
Oh,
as
okay.
like Ringo Starr. I don't know.
That's
Hmm.
cool.
I didn't know that,
And
Camden.
yeah, I played longer. Yeah, it's actually like the first ever instrument I ever got for Christmas.
Man,
Mm.
if only we
Yeah,
knew sooner, you could be part of the band.
Yeah,
I
then you'd be singing.
I would have added my drums to the album, but I just don't have the microphones for it.
Yeah, it's a
Man, that would be
lot.
so cool.
It's a lot of mics and a lot of inputs. I was
Yeah,
talking
and a
to
lot of
Jake.
money to be wasting too.
Yeah,
Mm.
but
Well, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
wasting, but
I've recorded
Basically.
drums before in my studio, and the way I've usually been doing it is using 3 microphones. So I have a Gretsch Catalina Club drum set, and I have one dynamic microphone on the kick, and then I have another dynamic on the snare, and then overhead microphone, 1 or 2 of those.
that's a good
So
way
that's
to
that
do it.
Glyn Johns method.
I got those
Nice.
Premier drums. I got them from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, either I'm gonna die or I'm gonna get an awesome set of drums today. And it was an awesome set of drums. They're Premiers, but they're the ones that were made in England with the lacquer. They don't have the wrap. And I really love them a lot, and I will never sell them. And my best instrument is the piano, and I play guitar and ukulele, a little bit of mandolin and bass, and
Nice.
violin.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Nice. I play piano. That's it. I tried taking guitar lessons. I guess it's not for me. Like probably because like the muscle coordination or whatever,
Yeah,
that we got.
I can only play like one song on the piano, and that's Imagine by John Lennon. And
Oh,
I've
Ooh,
that's a
of
good one.
tried
course.
I've tried guitar, but it's fun. It's just difficult to play. Plus, and it
Yeah.
also like hurts my fingers as well.
Mhm. But yeah, piano is how I write my songs. And speaking of Facebook Marketplace, I think I should get a piano off of Facebook Marketplace.
Go for it. Just bring a friend.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I. Oh, okay.
Yeah, even getting an acoustic piano too. A lot of people are trying to get rid of theirs,
Yeah,
so
they'll
you can
give
get
it
an
to you.
upright. I actually have 3 acoustic pianos.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yeah, at my
Damn.
space. I don't know who's coming next week
Just
to the
me.
little karaoke party. Yeah, but at that space we have 3 acoustic pianos. We have a baby grand, and we have the very first piano that we got because my mom kind of looked up, I think, on nextdoor.com, and there was actually at colleges sometimes they have like a section for the older people to have their education, but they had an old piano there that was over 100 years old that they wanted to get rid of because they had a keyboard now. So they gave it to us for free, and we just had a piano tuner tune it. And
Oh my god.
since then, the piano tuner is the guy that has been, giving us these other pianos.
You're a piano
Man.
hoarder, and I love it.
Yeah.
I want to come to the party early.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, because I have not played a piano in like so long. I need a new one.
You played one at my house, Sierra.
I know. Oh no, I meant like just like,
a
fidgeting and
piano.
like
Yeah.
like
I have
no
like I think I have like a keyboard downstairs in my basement, but I just never used it in years.
Sierra, I wasn't trying to mess with you. I'm sorry about that.
oh no, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
like I haven't played a piano in like for the purpose of like writing a new song. You know what I mean? Or just like playing
Yeah.
chords, just like
Yeah, an acoustic piano is really nice because it just resonates. There's something about it that's very different than playing a keyboard, So I kind of learned the piano by just learning my basic chords, and I just play the chord, let it ring, and then sing the song, with one hand. and so yeah, it's really nice. Everybody should get a piano. There should be a house piano at everybody's house.
Oh yeah, like back in my old college, because I just graduated, like we had practice rooms and had pianos in there, and so I would just spend my time just playing stuff in there. I miss it. I miss it.
Mhm.
Maybe I should go into my community college and just
Yeah, like my aunts, my extended family from like Texas had like a piano at one of their houses, and I would just like whenever I was like a kid, I would just play it like constantly. I didn't know what I was playing, but I was playing it, like doing like this or something like that. I don't know
yeah,
what I was
it's
doing. I was
fun.
just like playing whatever.
Yeah, it's fun playing the piano. It just feels good, you know.
I
Yeah.
love
It's
it.
like good sensory.
Yeah, like the way especially a real piano, the way it like goes down and then it comes up a little, but like the weight of it, I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love everything about piano.
Oh yes, I love weighted pianos.
Mm-hmm.
So, so speaking of performing, I know, like switching topics now. Um, what was it like performing at Thunder Park? Were you guys nervous last year?
Okay, usually I would be nervous in these type of concerts, but when I played at Fenway, I wasn't that nervous. I was quite surprised myself. Like, I wasn't that nervous playing in front of like 5,000 people. It's really weird because I should be nervous. Like, this is a dream come true. You
Right.
gotta be nervous, but I wasn't. It
Nice.
just made me
Cool.
it made me realize that I'm finally confident in playing in front of an audience, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
Because usually, like before Fenway, I would be quite nervous playing in front of like a huge amount of crowds.
Yeah.
Like my first ever show, like the actual first one was back in like October of 2013 at a talent show. I did a drum cover of A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. And I was nervous, very nervous. And the next year, I did a singing cover of Yesterday by the Beatles. I was also nervous. And compared to those shows to Fenway, a big change. Big change. Seriously. Like a really big
Nice.
change.
What about you, Jen?
Okay, so I was feeling great. I was like, this is awesome. And then it was my turn, and my legs were like jello trying to go up those stairs. And I don't know what it was, but like at the last minute, I just got really nervous. You could hear it in my performance. Like my voice was so shaky.
Oh
And
man.
definitely I didn't deliver my best performance. I would say like this year I feel more confident than I did last year. Last year my family did come, and that was the first time they saw me perform live, which might have helped make me nervous too. And but I still enjoyed it. Also, I didn't know, but I was getting sick, and I don't know if you guys are like this, but before I get physically sick, I get like really like emotional. And so I was having like my mind was not like it's like as calm as it would be normally. So all of that put together, I was nervous. Yes.
You still did you still put on a great show,
Well,
though.
thank you, Camden. So did you. Killed
Yes.
Thank
it.
you.
You had the
Thank you.
crowd on their feet.
Thanks. I do my best. I do my best.
Do you guys have any advice to Jake as he performs at one of the biggest events of the year?
Just don't pay attention to the crowd. When I was given advice, my dad told me to just look at something else. Like look at the entrance to the show. You know? Just don't focus on the audience. All right? Just don't focus on the audience and you'll do just fine.
Nice.
My advice isn't so much about performing, but like absorb and enjoy every minute of the experience, because from the time you arrive, it's like you're meeting all your friends, making new friends, eating together, rehearsing, all just let yourself enjoy every moment because it's a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a good time.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And the people you will meet are great people too.
Awesome.
Yes.
Everyone is accepting. They're like everyone's humble too. Like there's nobody that's like, oh, I'm so better than oh like no, everybody cheers each other on and and I love that. I love it so much.
That's
Mhm.
cool. So I was kind of curious. This sometimes ideas just pop in my head. I might be going a little bit too far, too fast, but my passion is to make animated music videos. So what are you guys' thoughts on maybe if we collaborated on making some animated music videos
Ooh.
for some of you guys?
When you mentioned that you wanted to do animated music videos, I'm starting to like consider like getting one of my songs to get like an animated music video. I'll keep you
Yeah.
posted. I don't know which song I want an animated music video, but I'll let you know.
So do any of you guys are visual artists or anybody else
No.
in the group?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I cannot
think
So
draw.
yeah,
you
that's
might
cool.
be the only one right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
all good. Yeah.
You've got the market on that. If
Yeah.
anybody wants visual art, they gotta go to Jake. No competition.
Yeah. And if anybody is even slightly interested, I'm a pretty good teacher too. So you haven't some of you guys have iPads. I could show you how to make something on the iPad that could be used.
I can make really good flip books.
There you go. That's
animation.
perfect.
Nice.
That's a good place to start. Yeah, there's
Another
flip a clip.
pandemic skill I learned.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Do you guys have any new projects coming soon?
Yes, as I've mentioned recently during the podcast, I have an album in the works, and besides that, I have plenty of other songs in the works. There's one that I'm trying to write. I'm trying to write a song that I could possibly sing, and I also have another song. A couple of songs with Any 10. One of them is going to feature our good friend Aiden Boyer.
Yeah, I met him before. He's
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Super talented too.
He'll be a
He
star.
hasn't done the vocals on that song yet, but I'm looking forward to what he has in store.
Nice.
And I also have another song with a friend of mine from college named Jordan Da Silva. Our song is called Starstruck. I've played that song at the Grand, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me, I have a gospel EP that I'm getting ready. It's finished. I just have to get it mixed and mastered. I want to get it done professionally. So I finally got the money together, and he's gonna start working on it. And then for something else is that I'm making a feature film, and that's my big project. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you just announced that.
I might want some. I'm gonna have all original music, but I want other than just my songs. So I probably am gonna get you guys like in it as much as I can too, because I think it would be great representation to have everyone like as much as I can in the film.
Nice.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, well, I have, songs that I've written since my early 20s that I've been working on and have been wanting to polish up and make a full album of. And I have thought about if I did an animated thing related to it, maybe I can tell a story and use multiple songs to kind of put it together.
Ooh.
And yeah, so that would be pretty fun to do, and maybe this is a good place that could help jumpstart that. Meeting some of you guys that can give your tips or collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Make it like a actual, almost a musical where there's different people singing
Ooh.
different songs. You know,
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
like Across the Universe, right? The
Yeah.
Beatles. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has been a great podcast. Thank you guys for dealing with me and coming here into this podcast and
hmm
talk about searching for a star and also like writing music.
I was kind of curious though about where does this play? You know, is this live right now? Are people listening to it, or is it going to be posted afterward?
It's
Where?
It's gonna be posted.
Okay, and where
Yeah.
is it posted to?
Spotify, YouTube,
Oh, okay,
anywhere.
nice. That's good. So I just want to know so I could share it.
Oh yeah, you're good. But
Yeah.
yes, this has been Stars Connect with the Searching for a Star winners. Thanks for listening.
Peace.